What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me right here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now, I'd like to give you guys my thoughts on episode 1 of Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Now, showing on Disney+. And, you know, I watched the Mighty Ducks movies. There's 3 of them. I watched the movies when I was a kid. Full disclosure here, though, I haven't seen them since I was a kid. I mean, I was literally just telling my wife the other day that this show's coming out, and I was like, maybe I should go rewatch the Mighty Ducks movies, because I have not seen them probably in 25 years. Probably haven't seen them since I was like 14 or 15. And I'm over here like, should I watch them before I start watching the Mighty Ducks Game Changers? I understand the basic premise of the Mighty Ducks, but I don't really remember exactly everything that happened. And I was wondering, am I going to need to have an intimate knowledge of the Mighty Ducks movies in order to watch, enjoy, and understand Game Changers? And now I'm happy to report that no, you don't have to know anything about the movies to understand Game Changers. That's one of the things that this show, at least episode 1 of this show, did very effectively, was they got through all the exposition of the 3 movies in a very effective manner, a very quick manner, to where you're caught up and you understand who Gordon Bombay is. You understand that he coached the Mighty Ducks and that he was, in a lot of ways, the founder of this Mighty Ducks franchise. And we don't have to have a long recap. You know, they found ways to interweave it into the story, especially in his conversations with between him and Lauren Graham, Emilio Estevez and Lauren Graham. And, you know, I was very appreciative of the fact that they were able to get us caught up in understanding who he is in relation to the Mighty Ducks, and who he is in relation, you know, who he is in this show now. And that was all very effective. And in this episode, he was a supporting character. He was not somebody who was front and center the entire time, but he was also somebody who was given his due. You know, he is going to be, it looks like anyway, he's going to be a major player in this show. But it's not exactly the show that I thought it was going to be. So let's kind of recap a little bit. Lauren Graham, her son, is a decent enough hockey player, but not great. And he's on the Mighty Ducks team, and the Mighty Ducks have become this huge powerhouse. They are the best of the best in hockey, in kids hockey. They win the state championship every year, and they're coached by Gaston's son from The Descendants. That's I was like, where do I know him from? And then I was like, oh, it's Gaston's son. But the Mighty Ducks are they're everything that we hated in the first movie. You know, that they're the bad guys now. The Mighty Ducks, the franchise, the Mighty Ducks have become the bad guys. And Gordon Bombay has walked away from hockey. He runs an ice rink now, but he does not want anything to do with hockey. Now, it seems like if you hated hockey, you know, you'd get further away than running an ice rink. You know what I mean? Like, that's an odd career choice when you want to get away from something that you hate. But here he is, he's running an ice rink, but he hates hockey and wants nothing to do with it. Well, when Lauren Graham's son gets cut from the Mighty Ducks, he was told that, what was he told? He wasn't told do nothing. Oh my gosh, what was he told? He was told something by from the coach that broke his spirits. And then that becomes the name of this new team. Remind me down in the comment section what the name of this new team is, guys, because I can't remember it. It's not the Do Nothings. I don't, it's not coming to me. But anyways, he's a misfit, you know, and he ends up recruiting a team of misfits. Again, this all feels very similar. This very familiar. This is all stuff that we've seen before. He recruits a team of misfits who create their own team. Just in the nick of time, by the way. They create their own team, and they have their own practice space on Gordon Bombay's ice, and they are this team of misfits that a lot of them can't even skate, let alone play hockey. You know, one of them rolled out there wearing a or a football helmet. It looked like another one had like a pan on her head. I mean, it was all very 1980s kids sports movie. You know, that was a whole genre in the 80s, the kid sports movies, and that's what this was. I liked that feel. I liked the fact that they were going back to, you know, nostalgia is a good thing when it's used correctly, and this definitely felt like they used it correctly because it's a formula that they're rediscovering, but they're kind of playing it straight, which in a way subverts our expectations because we don't expect them to play formula straight, but that's what they're doing. But they don't play it so straight to where Gordon Bombay comes back to coach. Lauren Graham is coaching, although I do figure that it's just a matter of time at this point before Emilio Estevez picks that whistle back up and starts coaching again. All in all, this definitely felt like a sequel. This felt like Mighty Ducks 4. It did. It felt like Mighty Ducks 4, and honestly, it felt like a very genuine and interesting way to take the franchise. I think some people might be turned off that the Mighty Ducks are the bad guys now, but I wasn't. I thought that was interesting. And that the Mighty Ducks now have to get the Mighty Duck treatment. I think that's kind of juxtaposes them, what they are now, to what they were back then, and now we're seeing that story again through the lens of these other misfits, but now the Mighty Ducks are the bad guys. I think that's interesting. I think that's an interesting way to tell this story. And once again, they've made Gordon Bombay the underdog, and I appreciate that as well. So this first episode did just enough setup to where I'm interested in episode 2. I will be back. I will be watching episode 2 because the setup in this was it interested me. It created just enough intrigue that I'm like, all right, I want to watch episode 2 now. Bring it on. I want to see what happens next. And that's really what a first episode is supposed to do. You know, a first episode isn't supposed to make us jump up and down and say, this is the best TV show ever! A first episode is supposed to say, hey, you're interested, come back. We got more. And we'll give it to you 1 week at a time. And this did that. This did that very well. I'm very much looking forward to episode 2 of Mighty Ducks Game Changers. And I didn't really think I was going to be, especially since I'm not really a huge fan of the franchise. You know, like I said, it's been decades since I've seen the movies. So I'm pleasantly surprised. And that's my thoughts on Mighty Ducks Game Changers. What did you guys think of Mighty Ducks Game Changers Episode 1? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your take on it. I'd love to have a conversation about it. While you're down there commenting, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I do put out a lot of content, and I want to make sure that you're up to date with everything that I'm doing. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.